have the new ABH foundation, the Kosas color correctors, Urban Decay liquid highlighters, new Too Faced pillow balms, new Nomad palette, CoverGirl plumping glosses, lots of things that I am itchy to get on my face. You guys have no idea how ready I am for today's video. I haven't played with new makeup in well over a month, and I am itching because the beginning of January marked a lot of new launches. I have a lot coming in the mail to me right now. They're on the way, so if it's not in today's video, it's probably en route. I love testing the new makeup that's on the market, and December, there's never a lot of launches. It's a lot of roundup videos, and then I was gone for a few weeks. So I haven't had the opportunity to. Most of this is PR. This is all the new stuff that I unboxed when I got home. And I've been trying to find some time to put it on my face so I can catch up. So let's get started with base here. Dominique Cosmetics launched 2 new primers. So I'm going to try the one that I think would fit my skin type better. This is the Moisture Grip Serum Primer. This sounds quite lovely. It has a little bit of a grip to it, but we'll see. But it's supposed to leave like a glowy finish. Interesting. So obviously you apply it as a primer normally, but an artist's tip for this is to mix into your foundation for hydrating glowy finish. Since I'm trying a new foundation today, I'm not going to do that. This is also made in Korea. They have great skin products, so I'm very excited about this actually. Let's see. Okay, nothing too out of the ordinary here. I'm only going to put this on half of my face since I'm trying a new foundation today, just in case this acts funny, but I had to try this. I was so excited to. I'm going to give this some time to sink in. Now, I am not a lover really of a sticky primer. I totally get why some people are, but I find it more difficult to blend out my foundation if a primer is too sticky. Excuse me. So I'm going to let it set for a bit before I put on the foundation. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to hydrate my lips. Now, this is not a new product. I believe it's quite popular, but they launched some new shades. This is the Too Faced Pillow Balm Lip Treatment. They sent me a handful of new shades, but these are just the ones I chose to keep. So we have Original, Juicy Watermelon, and Pink Pineapple Kiss. These are the ones that I liked. For hydration, I'm just going to do the Original, but I was digging through my collection. I had some of the older shades that I'm going to throw into the mix here. I'm only using Original today, but I wanted to show you some other shades. So if you've liked these in the past, they have some new like summery, fun looking ones. Here's the other ones that I liked. Very Vanilla, Cranberry Crush, and Pink Mint. So these two have glimmers in them. So I thought these were new, but I was wrong. I already had some of these. I hadn't tried them yet. They were in my to try drawer, but packaging's a little bit different. Anyways, I did put this on when I was unboxing these because I couldn't wait. The Original is just sheer. Really hydrating. It's interesting. It is like a liquid lip balm situation. I like it. I see why they had to come out with new shades. Super duper nice. I'm going to continue these next few weeks using these other shades that I have to finalize my opinion, but the Original one, super nice. So I'm happy with these. I feel like there's a little bit of a plumping sensation, and I like it. And low-key kind of tastes good too. Now my base, the primer's completely not sticky now, so if you like the stick and grip, work fast with it. I don't know if it made much of a difference, if I'm being honest. It felt nice, but I have other serum-y primers that I feel like are more hydrating for my winter skin. Like I might appreciate something like this more in the summer when my skin's not as dry, but I don't see myself reaching for this while we have 2-degree weather outside. So not new, just part of the process getting ready. Running some Benefit Brow Gel through these brows. Ooh, you guys, this was one of the most exciting PR packages that I received. Definitely planned on purchasing this, before I'd known that it came in the mail. But ABH has the new Impeccable foundation, and I'm excited because I liked one of their foundations a lot in the past. I have to try and find my shade first go so that I don't waste one. Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. Long wear up to 12 hours. Natural velvet matte finish, which is not my favorite. So it better make me look poreless for me to like it, but still feel lightweight. Masks imperfections and discoloration. 25 shades. These all seem pretty light, so I'm going to go with 1.5N. Please be the correct shade. I love this Pillow Balm lip treatment. It feels amazing. And it's lasting on the lips really long. Ooh, that might be a new favorite of mine. This packaging is quite stunning. Nice glass bottle, very weighty. For reference, I do have dry skin and it's pretty dry right now. There we go. Okay. Not a lot of product comes out in a pump. Okay, let's see. Thick consistency. Maybe a bit yellow on me. Oh, I feel like this is full coverage. Wow. Definitely has that velvety matte finish to it. Not blending onto the skin with complete ease due to that thickness and the matte nature of it, but not bad. Just working section by section, making sure everything's blended out evenly. You guys, I was so excited to film today's video. I spent the last week catching up, doing a lot of computer stuff and things that are super boring. Feels good to be back in the chair, back to testing new products. Looking, ooh, it is not agreeing with that lip balm. I always put the lip balm a little bit above my lips. Not agreeing. Let's just take that off. It dries quite quickly, so I would suggest moving quickly or working in sections. But you can get full coverage with this, no questions asked. I think as I've been blending it out, it's definitely more of like a medium full coverage, but you can layer this for sure. Wow. I think if you have oily skin, you might really enjoy this. I mean, I like the other ABH foundation, the one in the other glass bottle, for dry skin better. And I think this one might suit oily skin better. But it's definitely perfecting and blurring. Okay, so some notes. It does dry quickly, so work quickly, work in sections. I think it can give you up to a full coverage, but obviously the thicker of the layer you leave, the heavier it's going to look depending on what look you're going for. But it does a nice job of blurring the pores and imperfections, but if you do have dry skin, you will absolutely need to prep beforehand. I don't think I prepped enough for this. I was not prepared. It is a little bit dry on my skin, but I think if you have oily skin, this is going to sit beautifully. Us dry skin girls are going to have to put in a little bit of extra effort for this. We're going to see how this wears as well, because there's one of two things that can happen with a matte foundation on dry skin. One, it can suck the life out of our skin as time goes on and feel tight, or as your natural oils come through, even if you do have dry skin, it will look more and more natural and more healthy. So we'll see what direction this goes, but I think this is more of an oily skin girl kind of product. It is a little bit dry for what I'm normally into, but I don't think it's bad. I'm not going to knock it for that. I just know what I'm going in for next time that I use it. But overall, the finish of it is really pretty. So I like it so far, but I'd probably recommend this ABH foundation more for dry skin. Okay, I do have a new brow product from Benefit, who surprisingly makes a really nice brow pen. So they came out with this Mighty Fine brow pen. I think I'll use 4.5. So we have 3 little prongs here, and I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I do like, oh wow. Hey, this is kind of really good for the front of the brow. I'm gonna have difficulties shaping my arch, but it does give those really natural hair strokes. Wow, for what it's supposed to do, it does a nice job, but don't they have a product like this already? Anyways, I'm working sideways to see if I can fill in the arch here. Not too much product is depositing off of this. It's not too heavy. I feel like the strokes that I get with this are really, really natural. Now, I feel like I need a brow pencil for full control here. This is a little messy looking, but for what it is, also super duper nice. Oh my goodness, these green shades. Okay, I have an exciting palette to share with you that just launched from Nomad, one of my favorite indie eyeshadow brands. They just come out with the best color stories. So they have a new Après Ski palette. Take a moment, take in the packaging. They always do such a phenomenal job. And look at this beautiful winter wonderland color story here. And I love a color coordinated palette. So we have some mauve tones here, these minty tones, which I have on my eyes today. I decided to go with this little section here. And then there's powder blue, which also looks beautiful. I'm very excited to dive into the other sections here, but for some reason, the green was calling me today. So I'm going to start off with fondue on a nice big fat blending brush. And this is just a sheer minty shade. If you feel as though eyeshadow palettes have not been speaking to you these last couple of years, I know a lot of you guys feel that way. Nomad's a great brand to look into if you haven't, in terms of having fun, inspiring color stories. Now this shade starts off sheer, but it is possible, as you can see, to blend it out. Probably go back into this shade. I like a nice light shade to help blend out the crease colors. Why am I struggling to speak? Okay. And I'm not doing anything groundbreaking with color placement here. I'm going into Ski, blending this in the outer corner, and then bringing it about halfway into the crease. Again, this one is sheer. It might need a little bit of building up. I just have the foundation on my eyelid today as my base. But this one is taking a little bit to build up. It does have a harder press, so it's actually not messy, which is nice, but it does take a little bit of extra layering if you want that punch, which I don't mind. I don't mind having to layer it. I like having that ability to get a lighter tone. And if you can see, I did blend this out just a little bit. So I am blending it out towards my temple. And I'm taking an even smaller brush, and I'm going into Mont Blanc, which I thought was going to be my eyeliner today, but surprisingly, it didn't end up becoming that. It's pretty pigmented. Didn't have as much depth as I thought as it looked in pan, but I mean, we still got some good depth. There's not a lot of green tones out there on the market like this. I think this is so uniquely beautiful. Just this color story in general. I was so happy opening this palette up. Like, this is the perfect introduction to testing new makeup in a while, because I just love how different this is and how different this is from the makeup that I've been wearing. Even though I'm a neutral wearer on the daily, love putting on color to have some fun. And then I'm using all three of these. So I'm starting off with, how do you say this? Chamonix? Chamonix. Look, this is like a shifty shade. It is stunning, and it pulls more green on my eyelid. I think because of my studio lights, but how freaking, I almost said the F word. Like the really bad F word, but how freaking stunning. Literally almost made me lose control of my language here. And the colors in here, now I haven't used all of them, but the colors in here that I have used are really silky. They're not messy or difficult to work with at all. So I feel like this is the best shimmer formula that I feel like Nomad has had. Mattes, I feel like aren't as pigmented as some other palettes, but they're still workable and buildable. The shimmers are stunning. Now this ended up being closer to that first shade than I thought. This is Après. It's not a shifty shade, but the base color of it here is similar to the shift of the other shade. So those are closer than I wanted them to be, but they're still very, very pretty. And then I'm going to take some time to bring back some depth here to the outer corner, work on this crease color as I feel necessary. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going into this bottom shade, which is gorgeous. And it is actually super duper deep. Like, look at this. I'm just pressing it in the outer corner of my lower lash line, upper lash line, outer corner, upper lash line. Anyways, how stunning is this shade? I think of the 6, this one might be my favorite shade. And I don't normally go for dark shimmers too often. That added the prettiest level of depth. And at this point, when I was doing the other eye, I loved it so much. Took that shade, put it on a angled brush, and I'm pressing this along my lash line. It is gorgeous. And very rarely do I go for a shimmer shade as eyeliner, but I love this one so much. And this shade, no fallout. It's almost like a putty consistency, but very well done. Because sometimes these putty shades lack in pigmentation. This is gorgeous. Oh, I love this palette. This is like a good welcome home. I know whenever I go out of town, I'm like talking about it for 3 weeks in my videos because it's just trying to get caught up, you know? Missing out on all this stuff. Love, 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 love. I mean, it's very, very colorful, but we'll be back to this. We're going to work on getting it cleaned up and the rest of my makeup on. No fallout. Very, very impressive. I told you this palette has a nice hard press, but super easy to work with. What else do I have? So while I was out, Kosas launched a new baby to their line, the Revealer Extra Bright Color Corrector. Now, I believe this is the same formulation as the concealer, which was super duper viral. So I think it's awesome that they have these colors. However, I'm not a big fan of that formula in general. So I wasn't like kicking my feet for this, but I'm going to try the shade Illusion. When I use colors like this on my eyelids, I do like to use a color corrector with like purples and things that can make you look tired or gray on the under eyes. It's really good to use a color corrector in case any of that color carried down here, and it'll balance it. And while the concealer version of this isn't my cup of tea, I think this formula will work well as a color corrector. So this has a little bit of salmon in there, which is really, really good for dark circles. And one of the reasons I feel like this is so nice for a color corrector is its creamy formulation. I feel like the original concealer can sometimes look a little heavy, but I feel like with this as a thin layer, it's going to do the perfect job of color correcting. Yeah. And even on depending on the makeup day, like this could be the only one. Hopefully this doesn't make the wear of my concealer bad, but so far I like the feel of it for underneath. Is this a little dark? It might be. That's okay. Just using one size concealer over top. Not too much. I didn't want it to look too cakey. Taking a precise brush, cleaning everything up. Before I put any more powder on, let's find a blush color, because I do have some different cream blushes that I can work with. I think orange could be a cool contrast. I'm going to try it. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to do a little bit of this Smashbox Hot Sticks Blush Stick. This is a launch I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but I don't think Smashbox is in their flop era. But I thought, that's really hot, like really hot.
Oh, that's hot.
Maybe not, maybe not. Wait a second, how bright are these? I opened them already. These are like summer vibrants. That might clash too much. Okay, maybe we're not using these, but these look like an interesting launch. They do, they do. I also have 3 new shades of the Nude Sticks Stack colors, which also look bright. I guess with winter, with the spring coming up. I don't know. I'm just gonna go in with the shade Cherry Pie. These are an interesting formulation. They're a blush balm formulation. Don't worry, I will try these Smashbox blushes just on a different occasion. Okay, I'm gonna try and make this one work. But I like these because you can stack these. They're magnetized, kind of similar to Melt. And this is a very, very good formula. I'm gonna try to not use too much because these are also very bright. I guess bright blushes are coming out. I can't believe brands are still coming out with blushes after the explosion we've had the last couple of years. And I asked a representative at Sephora, like on their corporate team one time, I was speaking at an event and I was like, is there more blushes coming out next year? She said, So here we are. This is the year. Okay, just a little bit of this is so pretty. Now, I'm familiar with this formula. This is just one of the new shades. Really like this formula. Creamy, dries down, and I like the stackable aspect of it. While we're here, this is Fruit Punch. Summery, baby. All these colors. This one looks interesting. Boysenberry. Oh, that's cute. Like BOYS and berry. That actually might have looked prettier. Should I try it? Don't ask, just do. Oh, this would have looked better. Do you see that? I'm going very light with this. Oh, I like this one. Don't be scared of this. Ooh, that's pretty. Boysenberry. And the cutest name ever. I'm a fan of this. Yay, these are cool colors. That boysenberry. Oh, and so you can say that's how they kind of stack up here. Very neat, right? And then I have a liquid highlight, which you guys have heard me say it before. I really don't care for liquid highlights, but these did look very interesting from Urban Decay. These are the Face Bond Luminizers. They have all types of different shades. The range is great. I have a friend with a deep dark skin tone. I saved one for her because it's going to look so good on her. So I was really happy about that. I think right now I'm going to try Silver Lake. So these just launched. Let's see, I'm trying to get a feel for this. Pretty thin. Okay, this should be pretty natural. It's not like metallic or anything. I'm just gonna take a little bit at a time. I'm very, very careful with my liquid luminizers. And you can put them like on the body if you want, on the eyes if you want. They're safe to go anywhere. Little underwhelming though. Now 90% of liquid highlights aren't my jam. So doesn't mean it's not good, but it's not really my jam. It's very natural and it's not disrupting anything I have on underneath. So there's something to be said about that. I actually might like this in a different color underneath my makeup. But on top, I feel like my foundation's kind of eating at it. But maybe underneath, there's still chances for this. Am I blown away on first use? No. But I just realized this is the same packaging as my favorite foundation from them. So it's in that Face Bond line. Super natural though. It's okay. I'd rather just use a powder highlighter, but I'm going to try these in different ways to finalize my decision there. I have to put on a powder, and I did order the new Huda Beauty setting powder that's en route. I don't have a new one, but I'm going to pop on a quick little layer of this RMS Beauty one that was in my speed reviews drawer. This is a new What's Up Beauty brush. I love What's Up Beauty brushes. They're so good. They're very similar to Rephr R203. Just gonna lightly set because this is a little dark for me. You guys, I have one thing and one thing only on my mind, and I've had it on my mind for the last month. I'm reading the Fourth Wing series, and I've been talking about it on my stories, but like, there's only one place I want to be right now, and it's on the couch, reading it. I'm so excited because Onyx Storm, the third book in this series, just came out yesterday, and I haven't really had too much time. Oh, I just got this everywhere, all over my desk. I haven't had too much time to sit down. I'm only on like chapter 2. but I'm so excited for it. I just want to talk about it with anybody who will listen. It's like one of those things where nobody else gives a hoot, but you don't care. You just keep talking about it, which is why I'm here talking about it. Anyways, follow me on Instagram if you want updates on that one. But that book, those books have been consuming my thought process. Anyways, face is set. Let's finish the eyes. Back to our Nomad palette. You know the drill. Nothing too surprising here. I'm going to go into Ski, that mid-tone shade. Run this along my lower lash. Take a little bit of Mont Blanc. Keeping it a little tighter and a little more on the outer corner. Wiping off my pencil brush. And I think we're going to go into a play. Just like a little bump of that. And then lightly blend it all the way in. Gorgeous, no, though it is emphasizing like redness in my eyes. I need my eye drops. It just happens when I do shadows and there's powder all up in there. Last complexion product. To finish us off, I will put on a bronzer off camera. But ABH has a new setting spray. It's the Impeccable setting spray. What is it supposed to do? I believe it's not what I like in a setting spray, last I checked. But let me double check on that. You know what launched today that I'm excited about? The Rare Beauty liquid contours. I just ordered one this morning. Yeah, blurring matte setting spray. I don't want matte, but I'm gonna do it anyways. But I do like blurring. Let's see. Let's check this mist. Oh, fine. Smells subtle. I like it. I really can't feel anything hitting my face. It might be a little too fine. There we go. It's a setting spray, so I'm not like, I don't have that much to say about it right now. I'll keep you guys updated. If you don't know, and I'm always plugging this, all of these products are going in my speed reviews drawer, and they're going to stay in that drawer until I've tested them a multitude of times, different products, multiple wear tests, and I'll give you my final thoughts on those. So you will hear about these again. They're not just going into the abyss, never to be heard of again on this channel. Be subscribed and you watch my speed reviews. Do you hear me? And you will hear about these again. I probably should have put an eye primer down because it's creasing a little. I need to bronze myself. I'll be back. That's better. L'Oreal has a new mascara. Oh, I just pinched myself. Oh, now my eye is watering. Ah, lash curlers are lethal. Anyways, L'Oreal has a new mascara. This is the Paradise Big Deal. A little corny. Interesting what the name of this is. Big Deal Volumizing and Lengthening Washable Mascara. Washable? And then I read the description. Again, washable. Moves with ease. Huh. Suitable for sensitive eyes and contact lens wearer. Interesting marketing point to talk about how easy it is to take off. You know what? That sold me because I hate a mascara that's hard to take off. So this is supposed to make your lashes a big deal with endlessly buildable volume and length. Okay, we'll see. I like a L'Oreal mascara. You know the drill. I have puny lashes, so I'm going to cover them with falsies. But we'll take a look at this. Nice flexible wand. Good job separating my lashes. Hopefully this is washable and easy to take off. I'll let you know if I have any struggles. Aw, dang. Let's get on the lower. Looks nice. You can tell a little bit more on my lower lashes, which are super puny. But they're visible, which is always a plus. Decent. I need to see the formula after a few more wears, after more air gets in the tube. But I think I like it. I don't have any issues with it. So for mascara and me, that's kind of a big deal. So while this dries, I'm going to pop on some falsies. And I don't have any new lip liners, but I grabbed a handful of lip liners I want to try. I think I know what. Anyway. When the lashes are on, I feel good. Okay, for lips, nothing too crazy. My lips are nice and hydrated from that Too Faced. So I'm going to try the Lancome Idole lippy doll lip liners. Hee hee. So I swatched them all here, the ones that I have. I think I'm gonna use Nude Now. They have a creamy feel. I wanted something more brown. They just don't make good brown eyeliners. So, I mean lip liners. But anyways, this is more rosy. But it'll have to do. Nice creamy glide. I always go over my Cupid bow and make it not exist. Today, let me emphasize it. I know that's a debate, Cupid bow or no Cupid bow. I really like the color of this. I go over my Cupid bow because it makes my lips look more full. I don't know. Okay, I actually was super excited about this. My all-time favorite gloss from the drugstore is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Glosses. And thank you, CoverGirl. They sent me the entire line, and I'm greedy AF. I will be keeping them all. The entire line of the Yummy Gloss plumper formulations. So since I love the original so much, I'm super duper stoked about these. And there's so many colors to choose from. What do you think? This one? No, I'm gonna go in with the nude ones. I haven't decided which one. So these names, what do we got? Okay, you know I have to try Blingtastic. Snow Place Like Home is gonna be our base. Like I said, I wish I did have a brown lip liner, but this will have to do. What do you think of the pigment? Not bad for a gloss. Okay. Oh, wow. That's really pigmented. I was not expecting that. They are not that pigmented in the ones that I have. Okay. I thought this was going to be more sheer. Doesn't look so good. Not because it's ugly, it just doesn't look so good with my lip liner, but it also doesn't seem as glossy. Let's see what Blingtastic is. I feel the tingle. This is plumping. If you don't like that plump, you're not going to like this. Oh my gosh, this is quite glittery. Wait, I love. I need to rethink my shades here. I thought that shade was not going to be as pigmented. I love the color of my eyeshadow. Sorry guys, since I haven't filmed in like a month, I got too much to say. Putting my lip liner back on. We're committing to this rosy color. It tastes good. I like it. Should I just, do you think this is crazy if I do that shade? Like this would go with, I'm gonna do this one because it goes with my blush. The berry blush. Warning, may cause a tingling sensation. This is Encourage Mint. Yeah, these flat ones, the ones that don't have any glitters in there, they have a lot of pigment. Like for example, look at these. You can tell these are not gonna have a lot of pigment, but these have a lot of pigment. This might clash with the eye look of it, but we're rolling with it. That's a pretty combo, but it's definitely due to the pigment. It's not as glossy, sheeny, shiny as what I loved about the originals. But the burning sensation is quite burny if you are not into that. Run. Oh, that's really pretty though. Different, but pretty. I'm going to put a little bit of this glimmery one, Pixie Dust. Yeah, these glimmery ones give an effect closer to the original. I like them. I'm actually very, very happy about those. Okay, it's actually, I need to update you. It's been sitting on my lips for a while. This is a strong tingling sensation. And then also I wanted to show you the lip liners. Very good longevity. They set. Okay. The look that we did today. Kind of stunning. I really, really like it. I liked a lot of the products that I used today. For me, standouts. Let's talk about it. Now, these are all first impressions. So, of course, you need to be subscribed to my channel to see these pop up in an upcoming speed reviews where I'll give you more in-depth thoughts after testing them some more. But a first impression is very, very important to me. Very impressed with the Too Faced Pillow Balm Lip Treatment. Boysenberries from Nude Sticks. Love this color. The new Nomad palette, gorgeous. And these CoverGirl, what are they? Yummy plumper glosses. They're very, very plumpy. I don't think everybody's gonna love them, but I love them. Now, I think one of the major reasons you're here today is probably the Impeccable Foundation from ABH. It is very, very perfecting, but it is a little bit on the dry side. Like, this for me is probably more of like a spring, summer foundation. Definitely not for dead of winter, but it doesn't look too dry, but it's just not an appropriate time for my skin type to use this. Hopefully this lasts really well so that I can recommend it to my oily skin friends. But it is a thicker foundation. It doesn't feel super lightweight, but it doesn't feel heavy. It feels fine. And it is very, very blurring, which if that was a selling point to you, I think it did a great job of that. And I really, really hope it lasts a long time because it looks pretty beat. Like, this is good for a full beat kind of vibe here. So I'm liking it so far. It's not an all-time favorite foundation of mine. It's not for me, for my needs. But so long as the performance is good, I still will feel comfortable recommending it. So that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging around, getting ready with me, and just listening to me chit the chat because I could not shut up today. But I'm gonna go read Onyx Storm, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys, have a good one. I'll have all the products that I talked about today linked down below as well for you. So see you later.
It's delicious.